Hey, I'm glad you're here. My name is Angela Fraser, and this channel is called Rooted in Self Care. So, I created this channel for people who want to take care of their bodies and live in a way that's natural and healthy, and who's steady. It's realistic. It's supportive. You're not pushing your limits. I've always been a person who's been so strong and very driven and just so active. My whole life. And since I've lost my brother in the past year, just over a year, I've learned to slow down, to take time for me. And I realize it actually is something I should have done a long time ago. We as humans, we push and we push and we push ourselves. And sometimes we don't realize that we're just kind of hiding, trying to bury the pain of life deep down. And it's so important to deal with our issues because if not, it'll fester into pain. It'll fester into, sadness at some point, I don't know. I've just been one of those people, sorry, not persons, people who's always tried to analyze myself, my life, um, you know, find what works for me, what doesn't. Um, what has happened in my life to make me who I am, why I do the things I do, but I also love nature. I love self care. I love clean eating, eating enough protein to help keep my body strong through, my older years as I'm hitting perimenopause and menopausal years. All those things are so darn important, but I've learned that living in an extreme, that's not the way to go. Like I said, I've been there. I've lived the extremes. And I've noticed that you can be strong without burning yourself out, you know? And I know that as you get older, I did a figure competition. It'll be 10 years this coming October. And, I did place in the younger group, but when I was against the older group, 40 and up, some of the women there were in incredible shape. And you hear women all the time saying, oh, well, I've hit perimenopause or I've hit menopause and I can't be in that good of shape. You always gain weight around that time. And I was like, you know what? I've seen women freaking are phenomenal. They kicked my butt. I was 39 years old. Some of these women were in their freaking 50s and 60s, probably even 70s, some of them, and they were in phenomenal shape. And you know what? I'm learning that we can still get there. We don't have to act like we're, in our 20s and 30s and even early 40s anymore. We can still get there with the right mindset, the right diet, the right exercises, and without burning ourselves out. And really, this life, it's all about taking care of ourselves, happy balances, and, just being us and living our life. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us, and I just want my tomorrow to keep being better because, hey, guess what? Tomorrow may not come for a lot of us, but I don't want to be on my deathbed and regretting my life because all I did was work it away and worry about taking care of everybody else. So, you know what? You need to take time for you. And if you have, certain goals where you want to live a good quality of life and feel good in your body, like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a girl who's learned this stuff on her own, and I like to share what works for me with you because you know what? I know we're all different, and I know that things don't always work for everyone, but take what you can take from it, learn, and if it doesn't work for you, leave it. But if it does, please let me know. I'd love to know. So I'd love for you to follow and just follow my journey because who knows, it may help you on your way.